My mother told me she unwrapped gifts with my sister this Christmas, but my sister went missing in 2002 and was found dead 1 year into her disappearance. So, funny thing actually is that I celebrate Christmas with my family on the 24th, not the 25th. This happens in other countries, such as Norway, Argentina, Sweden, you name it. I've only told 2 people I know of this story because it happened in 2018, 5 years ago. But now I'd like to share it with the public and how I almost survived a deadly woman. I am a 32-year-old woman from Iceland. My entire family tree is Icelandic. We were all born in a small town called Grindavik, except for me. I was born in Reykjavik, the capital of Iceland. My 2 sisters are both swimmers, and my brother is a banking agent. I've been living with my husband in Copenhagen, Denmark, in an apartment complex for 6 years, becoming 7. Housing is really odd here, because renting costs at least around 2 to 10,000 Danish kroners, DKK. Meanwhile, the average house costs 2.6 million DKK. My mother is retired, depressed, and lonely. Ever since her divorce, things have been really strange and tough for her. She had started experiencing paranormal things back in 2005 when her husband left her. So, it's December 23rd, and we're all gathered at my parents' house for our traditional Christmas Eve dinner. My family consists of my brother, my older sister who went missing in 2002, and my mom, who has struggled with schizophrenia for as long as I can remember. Despite her illness, she's always been a loving mother, but her condition often makes the holidays challenging. We, my family and my husband, were getting prepared to have dinner and enjoy the night before my nephews were tucked into bed. Dinner came, and throughout it, everyone just sharing stories and laughter. I observed that my mother was growing more and more reserved. It wasn't something unusual for me, but there was something about her demeanor on this particular night that differed. I could feel great unhappiness to her from her, even as she made an effort to hide it with an almost invisible smile. After dinner, we decided to do things like dancing and singing, watching The Grinch, everything you do during Christmas Eve. My husband even spoke to my schizophrenic mother when she violently screamed at him. Just as I was putting my nephews in their bunk bed and ready to shop for their gifts, my mother suddenly tried to convince me that there was a killer on the loose and that I shouldn't be going out, but was there? I brushed it off because my mother has some serious issues, and she'd say stuff like this out of the blue because she doesn't want me meeting her husband. The next day, which of course was Christmas Day, I opened my eyes to see my mother in the living room clutching a gorgeously wrapped box, except one odd thing was the gift was blue. All the gifts I got were either red or white. Her eyes were sparkling with delight. The total opposite from that gloomy look on her face the previous night. Freya, your sister and I are unwrapping her gifts together. Want to join us? I almost screamed. Why is she holding a gift that I didn't buy? And who's this sister she's unwrapping gifts with if my sister is dead? I pushed her away and approached the gift cautiously. Before starting, I tried to approach her from a distance, just to see how she would react. I told her to give me the gift, and she passed it to me. I was already in tears, and so was her. But I tried to calm her down before I opened the gift cause she was crying when I pushed her away. Shaking, I gently opened it and my heart quickened to the thought of its origin. I feel speechless when I saw what laid inside the box between the soft tissue. It was a small porcelain figurine with striking resemblance to my sister. It was a statuette of an angel, her favorite Christmas decoration when she was still alive. I was unable to voice my feelings, my whole being permeated with inquisitiveness. Where the hell did she get that gift from, and why today, even after all those years have passed? With tears streaming down her face, my mom began to recount her experience from the previous night. She told me that she had been visited by my sister in her dreams, a vision so vivid and lifelike that it felt as though she was truly there. In the dream, my sister handed my mom that same gorgeously wrapped gift and urged her to give it to me on Christmas morning. When my mom woke up, she found the same gift sitting on the tree near her house when I visited her in Iceland, as if it had materialized out of thin air. She concluded her story and I hugged her. I could feel her shaking. During that very instant, even the tragic moments and sorrows seemed to vanish, clearing the way for the flood of love and joy. I never saw my mother again after that.